Have you ever considered calling Utah home? Maybe you've been out here a time or two and now you're thinking retirement and all of a sudden Utah starts coming back to your mind. Well, this has happened to several of my clients recently. So today we are going to hop right into why some people are just have decided to retire here in Utah and why it's been a great fit for them. And we're going to hop into it right now. Mariah Curley here. Welcome back to the channel, or welcome to the channel if this is your very first time here. I'm a licensed and active real estate agent here in Utah, and this channel is literally everything you need to know about eating, working, playing, sleeping, and living in Utah. And if that is of interest to you, consider subscribing down below. Make sure you tap that bell for notifications so you are notified. Subscribing down every week, I drop a new video. We hear from people like you all the time who are looking to make a move, who are looking to relocate, buy or sell a property here in Utah, and we absolutely love it. So if you're thinking about making a move in a week, in a month, or even a year from now, or even 5 years from now, feel free to give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, and my team and I would absolutely love to help you out. So recently I have been helping and I've been in contact with several people and several clients that are planning for retirement, that are looking at, their life, and they're looking at everything, and Utah just keeps coming back to their mind, and they're like, I remember visiting Utah back, 20 years ago or 15 years ago, and now Utah just seems to be the right fit. Today, I'm going to be sharing some reasons why people are retiring here specifically to Utah. Number one is simply the beautiful scenery, the incredible natural landscape that is here in Utah. Whether you're up in the Salt Lake City, Utah area, the Park City area, or you're down in southern Utah, St. George area, Cedar City, or anywhere in between, Utah has some of the most incredible landscape here really in the country. Number two, if you are interested in living a really active lifestyle, you like golfing, you like hiking, you like biking, you like, the community centers, Utah has so many incredible activities for that. I know recently I helped a family that's retiring here, and they're like, Mariah, we just can't get enough of golf. Like the golfing here, enough of the golf. Like the golfing is absolutely incredible. The number of golf courses that are here are unbelievable. So golfing is a big one. Same thing when we're talking active lifestyle, the number of senior centers and community centers that are here in the state of Utah are unbelievable. So many really nice, clean senior centers that people are really drawn to. So the beautiful landscape, the active community, the active lifestyle. Number three is the cost of living. For some people that are retiring here, I know I've helped several families now that are retiring here. The cost of living here for them compared to where they are coming from is much more affordable. If you are looking at, simply, taxes, the tax rate here for it's a flat tax. Utah is a flat tax state. As at the time that I'm shooting this video, it's 4.65%. Yes, 4.65%, which is a flat tax. So if you are on a fixed income, it is very predictable. You know exactly what you're going to be paying for that. Same thing if you are purchasing a home here and it is your primary residence. Yes, your primary residence, you are looking at 0.5% of that assessed value. Yes, 0.5% of that assessed value. So if it is not your primary residence and you're thinking, hey, you know what, I want to purchase a home out here, I'm going to be using it part-time, but maybe not even part-time, and it's more of an investment property or a second home, that is going to be 1% of the assessed value. So in terms of taxes, for some, it lines up really well. For others, maybe not. But you've got that beautiful landscape. You've got the incredibly active, very active communities. You've got active lifestyle here. And then moving right on to the next one, in terms of weather, some people that are retiring here, they're like, oh, I remember I grew up in the Midwest and I didn't want it to be as snowy as there, but I still want the four seasons. And I love summer and the fall. I really want the four seasons. So I've gotten calls from people that are like, you know what? I'm ready for the four seasons now. I've been living in this area, and we don't experience as much of that. Here in Utah, you will get the four seasons. Here you will have that, you'll have a sunny, depending on where you're at, you're going to have a warm summer, summer months. In the spring and the fall, you're going to have beautiful fall changing colors. You're going to have in the spring, it's going to be a little bit more crisp, depending on, what part of Utah you are in. And then again, depending on winter, if you are more up in northern, kind of near the Salt Lake area, or down in southern Utah, you're going to experience more. It's going to be cold, but depending on where you're at, it's not going to be snowy, and you're not going to have as much snow sticking on the ground as you would in other places. So just that four seasons is a big draw for many as well. Moving right along, let's talk about healthcare. Yes, healthcare here in Utah, there are so many really, really good healthcare options. If you're up in the Salt Lake City, area, you're looking at, you've got University of Utah, you've got a lot of the Intermountain healthcare facilities. Same thing in Southern Utah, you've got more of the Intermountain healthcare facilities there. You've got a lot in the way of a lot of really good healthcare options here too. There's a lot of really good clinics. There's a lot of good practices that are here in Utah that are drawing in more people retiring here because they want to make sure they've got that good healthcare. Another thing here in Utah too, which is a really kind of nice, convenient thing, a lot of the pharmacies, a lot of the, different places, they will have drive-throughs. So you don't even have to get out of your car. Depending on what state you're coming from, that might be very typical from where you're coming from. I know when we relocated here from California, that was not super typical. It was not typical to have a drive-through for your pharmacy. Here in Utah, many of the pharmacies that I know of, they, have a drive-through in and out. So for some people, they're like, that accessibility is super nice. That healthcare piece is really important. Let's talk about culture and kind of recreation as well. So many beautiful cultural activities here in Utah as well. The Utah Symphony plays a big role here in Utah as well. If you are into music and theater and arts in, the Salt Lake area, they've got Hale Theater. If you're down more in southern Utah, they've got Tucson, which brings in incredible performances and musical things. You've got in Cedar City, they've got like the Shakespearean Festival every year. A lot of beautiful festivals, a lot of cultural activities that you will see from southern Utah all the way up to northern Utah and everywhere in between. A big focus on music, on culture, on, really recreation. And then kind of brings me right into the, last one is very family friendly. So I've had several families that have retired out here recently simply because they want to be closer to their families. They want to be closer, and they want to have that sense of community that you really will experience here in Utah. I know a lot of people love being here because they like that. They like getting to know their neighbors. They like, oh, hey, I left my trash can out. Oh, my neighbor brought it in for me. Oh, oh, great. I helped out with that. You will see a big sense of community. You'll see really strong family friendly types of communities here. Like we discussed before, those, the community centers are amazing. If you are into, like I said, really active lifestyle, sports, recreation, all of that, in southern Utah, there are something called the Huntsman Games. Yes, the Huntsman Games. And actually, my dad has participated in the Huntsman Games, even though he doesn't even live here in Utah, for several years. And he honestly is like, it is the most well run tournament. And the Huntsman Games, for those of you who don't know, is all different sports, all different activities. He usually participates in pickleball or ping pong, but they've got basketball, they've got volleyball, they've got, like you name the sport, they pretty much have an event for that. And I think it's a couple week event, the Huntsman Games, but just so well run. And it is for retirees, it's for seniors. And they just do a really, really good job of that. So if you are thinking about retiring, making a move out here to Utah, my team and I help people like you all the time, and we absolutely love it. So if you're thinking about making a move in a week, in a month, in a year, I even had somebody recently reach out that has said, in 5 years from now, Mariah, we are thinking about retiring to Utah. If that's you and you're on the 5 year plan, let's talk, because before you know it, that 5 years will be here, and let's get you on a plan and kind of get you, start showing you different things. So again, feel free to give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email, and it would be my absolute pleasure to connect with you. Take care, and wishing you a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.